Good evening, everybody. This is Sweat, and it has been a long time since I've told any of you guys any of my boot camp stories or any of my stories from the Marine Corps experience at all. And I was sitting back and thinking about it. How has my how has my channel grown so fast, and what has gotten me here? And really, those stories, a lot of you guys enjoyed, and I've gotten away from them. So so I decided, I just thought about it, and it's time to do another commentary on it. And this is one that I can poke some fun at, and I can laugh about. It's the first aircraft crash that I went to in the Marine Corps, and the reason I can say I can poke some fun at and laugh about it is because there's nobody got hurt, nobody was killed. Unfortunately, I was involved in a Blue Angel crash toward the end of my stay in the Marine Corps, but I'm not going to touch on that subject now. When I got out of boot camp and when I finished my fire school, I was an aircraft firefighter. Basically, that was my job, was to wait for aircraft to crash and emergencies to happen with jets, military jets, and then our job was to put the fire out and pull the pilots and the crew out. And then you got to stabilize the munitions and the missiles and the rockets and the bombs and stuff to make sure they're not blowing up on the runway. So I'd gotten out of boot camp, I'd gotten out of fire school, and I went. My first 2 years was spent in Japan, in Iwakuni, Japan, which is on the southern peninsula, and it's about an hour from Hiroshima, where we dropped the atomic bomb. If anybody is familiar with at all the geography of Japan, so a little bit about myself. I can't see very well. Like, I need contacts, I need glasses. I wore glasses all through high school. I finally got contacts right before I graduated, and in fire school, contacts are not allowed because the heat from the fire is so hot that they worry about the contact lenses melting to your eyelid. That's how intense those flames can be. So in fire school they require this special bit of equipment that holds lenses inside your mask, your firefighter's mask, because again they don't allow contact lenses. So I get to Japan, and they're saying the same thing. You can't wear contacts. We want you to wear these lenses. So they're supposed to order them for me, and they ordered the wrong thing. And so while they were getting that all straightened out, every time there's an emergency, every time that something goes down, I'm putting that mask on, and I'm blind. Like, I'm not. I mean, I just cannot see my hand in front of my face. And one day, here it is. It's the day that we've all been training for. There's an F-18 in the air, and it radios down that its right rear landing gear is stuck in the up position. It won't come down. So it's not, is this thing going to crash? When is this thing going to crash? Where is this thing going to crash? Because it can't land, without its landing gear. And this is what we've been ready for. I mean, this is what we're training for. We all start, the blood starts flowing and the adrenaline starts pumping. It's like, there's two men inside that jet, and if we don't do our jobs, they're going to die. We have to, we have to get that fire out as soon as it crashes. We have to be there right on the side of the crash to be prepared to pull them out, because a high impact crash like that, they could be knocked unconscious. Who knows? That's part of the thing we have to train, is the unknown. And that's my job, was to stand up. It's kind of like a hole cut through the roof, similar to a sunroof of a car or whatever. But the only difference is there's a giant water cannon that is supposed to knock down the initial fire of whatever crash or whatever fire that you're going up to, and then somebody else's job is to take the hand line, the hose that you can just operate by hand, and run up there and clear a path, and while another guy runs behind him, and it's his job to rescue people, while I'm knocking down the initial blaze, and while the other guy knocks down a path through the rest of the fire. You got a rescue guy whose job is to grab the pilot, pull him out, grab another guy, pull him out, until more support gets there and can help him out for the larger commercial planes or whatever with a lot of passengers. So here it is, and they're all saying, all right, here he goes. He's going to make his landing. He dumped his fuel in the ocean, but he still had one of those external wing tanks. It was empty, and what he was going to try to do was set the other landing gear down, and was going to set the tip of his wing on that wing tank. So they told me to plan. I can't exactly see what's going on. I just know that stuff's about to go down. And we're right on the edge of the runway, and here comes this jet, and I can just see the blur of the outline. And it touches down, the first two wheels, and all of a sudden it touched down on that external wing tank, and sparks started shooting into the air. And I started panicking. It's, oh my God, this thing just crashed. You know, there's fire everywhere. And I'm just screaming up there like, holy shit, it crashed. And they're down there like, what are you talking about? You know, just get ready, you know, whatever. I'm like, do I hit the water can? You know, do I do it now? And they're, what are you talking about? Chill out, chill out. And I'm blind as a bat, can't see a damn thing. All I can see is these sparks flying 100 feet into the air. All right, so they tell me to chill out, to hold on, and we drive up to the crash site, and that's where, luckily, you know, we drive close enough I can see that the plane didn't crash, that they actually took the arresting gear with the hook on the back, kind of like an aircraft carrier. You know, they skid to a halt. The sparks were just, you know, exactly what I said. The sparks were kicked up from that auxiliary fuel tank, you know, the contact and the friction on the runway. So everything was fine, you know. I sit back down in the truck and everybody's laughing at me, and you know, I am the biggest fool in the whole unit because I freaked out over something that I couldn't see and I didn't know what was going on. So I thought, you know, the world's largest jet crash had just happened, and everybody else is wondering what the fuss is about and why this kid that just got out of boot camp is screaming his head off. So the joke was on me there. I should have thought about how long this video was and this commentary was. I had to add a couple of clips. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Some other time I'll get into the story about the Blue Angel crash. You'll see a picture here. This is actually won a Naval Achievement Medal. And I was really proud of the way our whole unit acted and the way our whole unit responded to that crash. It's still kind of a touchy subject. You know, unfortunately someone did die in that incident. So I'm not quite sure how or when I'm going to get around to telling that story. But I would like to take this second. If you're not watching this video on my channel, I would encourage you to come and check out some of the content that I have. This is actually an introduction to Core Classified. It's a series I'm doing with all kind of military stuff, weapons, tactics, and stuff. So hope you can check it out. I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching, guys.